in this entire pandemic, we saw so many unicorns coming in. Now, we have never seen an MSME becoming a unicorn. There are startups which are loss making, which are not making any money, and they have become unicorns. And MSME which are profitable, they are year on year growing. So, and they are dependent on the bank's funding. So, as a layman's, what it comes to my mind is it that if you take a funding from VC or private equity, you become unicorn. You take funding from banks, you remain where you are. So, is that the right perception?
Yeah. So, firstly, I think this is what experts are calling inverse proportionality. That's what we are saying. But for a minute, looking at it without throwing off the rose-tinted glasses and looking at some bare facts, reality is every unicorn was an MSME.
Okay.
Right? You don't get there without crossing that bridge. So they didn't happen overnight. We are seeing the success stories in quick succession. Firstly, I think all of us have a little more time to look at news, and so we're all paying more attention. But reality is there are those many startups. I think the real question is it about valuation or is it about pricing? Because what we are seeing is investors are willing to pay a price, whereas valuation is about an intrinsic value of the business. And therein lies the key question or the answer to the key question. Because it is about how are you seeing this business grow out in the future. You pay for future value. And when one looks at the large number of MSMEs, they have a long way to go there, but a lot of them are in the traditional businesses doing well. And it's not that they are not chasing for equity or, for debt. I remember when at CRISIL we had SME ratings. It was a very, very popular product, but you still have some distance to go on collateral and the way the whole system approaches. Because if every time there's a problem, you as a bank, if you go down to renegotiate covenants and start calling promoter guarantees, then they prefer looking at equity. But you talk to any small promoter also, they will say beyond a point, I don't want to sell my company. So they get it. It's not that they don't get it. But it's about, are these the businesses of today or are these the businesses of tomorrow? And there's a role for the banking system and the VC because the risk profiles are vastly different.
So one of the takeaway from your view here is that there needs to be more success stories which newspaper media companies to talk about MSME. Then only we will realize that it's not just startups, there are MSMEs which are becoming unicorn. So that's the takeaway.